Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you here with a new ukulele tutorial. This is going to be the last one in the series of essential chord progressions. Going to move on to holiday music pretty soon, and it's getting to be that time of the year, so look forward in the next video for either a Christmas or a Hanukkah song. I haven't decided which yet, but it's going to be one of those holiday songs. And I know I've done holiday songs in the past in videos, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I'll probably either pick some new songs or possibly give you a new take on some of the old favorites. So look forward to that, those of you that like holiday music. I know I've kind of mixed feelings about it, but as a music teacher, holiday music is fairly important. And every time, this time of the year, it's a big part of my teaching. And so I give the people what they want. And if you like holiday music, you're in luck. We'll get into it. But today we're doing our Essential Chord series, the last one. And this is one of my favorites, and it's called the Andalusian Cadence. That is a very fancy name, but let me explain. Andalusia is that region of Spain in the south where flamenco music came from. And in medieval times, there was a lot of great music based on this progression. It's kind of named after the region and after the people. And so it's one of those chord progressions that we don't talk about in terms of 1-4-5 or 1-6-2-5, or we don't use numbers to describe it. We kind of talk about a place, a geographic place in the world. And so the Andalusian cadence in the key of A minor is going to be these four chords: A minor, G, F, and E7. But oftentimes just a plain old E major chord is the one that you would use on a guitar in flamenco music, or on a vihuela or other instrument that was played in those times. And so know that ukulele players tend to change their E chords to E7 whenever possible. So the pure Andalusian cadence uses E, but our modern version oftentimes uses E7. Now, what if we weren't in the key of A minor? Because Cat Strut, which I was playing at the beginning there, I was doing our Mid-Coast Ukes version, which is different from the Stray Cats. The Stray Cats, I believe, recorded it in C minor. We perform it in A minor, and then we do the bridge part in D minor. And so the chords in the key of D minor, they do two Andalusian cadences in that song. The bridge is, the verse is A minor and the bridge is D minor. So that's kind of cool. Two different ones in the same song. But in the key of D minor, it's D minor, C, F, and A7. You could use a plain old A, though, if you wanted to be authentic to medieval Spanish music, then a plain old A chord would be good. And if I played that in a more kind of Spanish way, as Spanish as I can manage, it would be something like this. So you can hear it in a more in a context that sounds a little more like what I'm describing from way back in the day, as opposed to the 1980s, which is when Cat Strut was recorded. And that's more recent history, at least for some of us. That's more recent history. Some of you weren't even born then. And so, "Hit the Road Jack" by Ray Charles is quite possibly one of the most famous songs that uses this chord progression. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back, no, 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 hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back, no, no. What you say, hit the road. So that's a really fun song. It's more fast and up-tempo and finger popping, and that's a little different from Spanish flamenco music. So "Hit the Road Jack" is a really common one, and this is such a common chord progression. It's so essential to our music, to Western music, that WNYC a number of years back, they did a great little podcast on this. They have a whole hour-long program devoted to the Andalusian cadence, where they talk about its origins, the music theory behind it, and they have a list on the article, which I will link to down below. You can listen to the podcast, but you can also see a list of lots of songs that use it. So let's look at some more songs that use it. We just talked about "Hit the Road Jack." Well, you got I'll Be Back by the Beatles, which I've taught before. That's a song I believe I taught on guitar, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I'll do a ukulele version at some point. And then you've got Cat Strut, we just talked about. One More Cup of Coffee by Bob Dylan from his incredible album Desire, quite possibly my favorite Bob Dylan album of all time, Desire. That's just got incredible songs on it, although I have to say that the album Blood on the Tracks, it has Tangled Up in Blue and some of his other songs, that might be my favorite, but it's hard to say. One day it's one album, the other day it's another album. But those are definitely my top 2 Dylan albums of all time for those that care about keeping score of such things. And so then you've got Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Everybody knows that. Close my eyes. One of the most classic songs of all time. Just incredible. Everyone knows that one. Good Vibrations. That was a groundbreaking song, both in its songwriting, the performance, the singing, the playing, the way it was recorded, the arrangement. Everything about that song is just brilliant. It's a highlight of Western civilization, in my opinion. God Only Knows, too. Brian Wilson was just a genius, the guy that wrote most of the Beach Boys songs. Just an incredible genius. And he's still with us today, Brian Wilson. Still around, still performing, still writing songs. What an incredible talent. So, yeah, Good Vibrations. That uses the Andalusian Cadence. You might not know this one. This is a little more obscure. You guitar guys will know this, and girls. Mediterranean Sunset, which was Al Di Meola. He did that song with his buddy Paco de Lucia, the great Spanish flamenco guitar player. It's just wild, virtuoso playing. Some of the fastest picking known to man, both with a guitar pick and using the classical flamenco finger style, picado, they call that. Paco de Lucia was just blazing fast. I'm surprised there wasn't smoke coming off his strings. It was so fast. And then we have California Dreamin'. Everybody knows that one, by the Mamas and the Papas. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Summer in the City. That's a good one. Lovin' Spoonful. Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck, looking dirt and ready. Did that in a band a long time ago. Runaway. You all know that one. Del Shannon and Bonnie Raitt. Angie. That's a song, not the Rolling Stones Angie, but A-N-J-I Angie by Davy Graham, old British folk guy. And Paul Simon did a nice version of that too. Beautiful, kind of virtuoso level finger picking song on the guitar. Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, The Animals. Bernadette by the Four Tops. I'd Wait a Million Years by the Grassroots. So many. That's just a short list. But let's go out on this by playing a little bit of the Andalusian Cadence. Let's give A minor 2 beats. G 2 beats. F for 2 beats. And E7 or E, your choice, for 2 beats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you have it in all its glory, the Andalusian Cadence. Hope you enjoyed this ukulele, people. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell, be sure to visit my Patreon page for any and all materials, handouts, chord diagrams, tabs, all of that good stuff. And look forward to a new rehashed website. I'm always working on that website, trying to make it more user-friendly. Going to have a lot more for you to download. It'll be nice, affordable stuff that you can download. That you cannot get from Patreon and you cannot get from these videos, but it'll be all unique stuff. So look forward to jeffreyweinberger.com coming back and being bigger and better than ever. Alright, ukulele people, you take care. Bye-bye.